Alright, this video is going to be more vlog style. Kind of inspired by some of the questions I've had over the last month or so, and mostly by guys looking to get into the MK3 game. You know, what to look for. Not guys that are new to cars, but guys that just want to make a good purchase and don't want to throw away money. This video, that's a later video. We'll do a buyer's kind of guide. After this video was inspired by the follow-up question that seemed to be universal is, what do I do with it after I got it? So I put together a little bit of a, probably the ultimate $3,000 budget build for thereabouts, 400 horsepower, and then room to grow. So to make it super simple for you guys, just have to go to one website. Just go to Drift Motion. And why Drift Motion? Because there is no other website that caters to our chassis to a higher level than Aeronet Drift Motion. You could certainly build your whole car from there, short of body panels and glass. So go to Drift Motion, and the first thing, and disclaimer here, assuming you're comfortable enough to push your car to the next level, all the maintenance upgrades have been done. Head gasket, head studs, it doesn't leak, copious amounts of oil, doesn't really burn anything, it's a good runner and you're comfortable to push it to the next level. So, cruise over to Drift Motion and put that 6765 bolt-on turbo kit for your 7M in your cart. I believe it's just a hair under 1,800 bucks. There is a 67mm kit that's about $100 cheaper than this, and it's got an old school cast wheel. I thought for the money you're spending it anyways, $100, the cast turbine wheel, compressor wheel, is going to be heavier than the billet in this 6765 kit, and billet wheels have been engineered to flow at a greater efficiency than the cast wheels. So, for the $100 up or down, take the billet wheel. Why not? Aaron says this kit should support 750 wheel, which is a lot. That's a lot more than you're going to run reliably on factory electronics, I'll tell you that much. 400 is just kind of getting in the door, so you got room to grow, and that's why I picked that kit. You're going to have a list of back hot sides, like the back half to buy. So the smallest I think is 0.58 AR, which is a tiny exhaust housing. I'd go for the big one, and that's a 0.84 AR. And the reason for that, yes, it will be more laggy, I'll just tell you that right now, than the smaller housing. But it's not going to be a choke point when you decide to turn it up and make more power, right? That 8.4 AR is just going to flow a lot better, and I could see that probably getting to that 7 or 750 wheel for sure, depending on kind of some other mods that you have done. But it should flow there for sure. Your chances are you'll probably never run more than 30 pounds out of this turbo. You'll probably just move on to a bigger unit down the road. When your power goals get serious anyway. Cat back. So Drift Motion has a cat back as well. It's super nice, fits nice and tight up against the bumper, and I really like that look. It's 320 bucks. Throw that in your cart if your car is standard. If you already have a cat back you like, keep it by all means. Run the one you got. The next thing is going to be an intercooler. If your car doesn't have an intercooler kit, Drift Motion has two, a newer version and their older version, basically. Both cores are about the same size and should see into excess of 600 horsepower, so really whatever one you want to pick. Whatever one you like the look of better. There's about 40 bucks between the two of them, so take your pick. Wideband. So your downpipe is going to be bunged for a wideband right from Drift Motion. It'll just come that way. Get a wideband at the same time. Just thread your sensor in there, run your loom inside, and then you got 3 wires for your wideband to hook up. You need it. That's not even an optional part of this. You need it. If you're going to skimp on any other part, skimp on any other part, but turbo car and no wideband equals melted stuff. Ask me how I know. Uh, so fueling, the fueling side of things. Walbro 450 liter per hour is right where I'd go. And they have some other options, you know, a 255 and an AEM 320 liter per hour. But 320 liter per hour AEM pumps, I've been told they draw a lot more current than the Walbro 450. And I mean, to draw more current to flow less fuel, I mean, it's an efficiency issue in my mind, so I went with the 450. It slips right into your factory hanger, positive, negative, new piece of fuel line, and your pump's filter sock will come with your kit from Drift Motion. I think it's 140 bucks. Throw that in your cart as well. You will have to drop the tank to do this. That's just the only way to do it. Don't even think about cutting a hole in your hatch floor. That's not the way to do it. Drop the tank, do it the right way. Super easy. You can do it yourself in a couple hours. Once your pump's in, Lexus 550cc injectors and Lexus airflow meter housing are the two used parts that I put in this budget build recipe. So you have the 550s, which flow 90 cc's per injector over your factory 440s for you turbo guys. And the whole trick with the 550s and the Lexus AFM is that airflow meter housing is just a larger diameter, and there's a larger unmetered portion in the very bottom of it. So between the unmetered portion and the 550s additional 90 cc per injector, they just jive perfectly, and this is the way around fuel cut with the Lexus mods. With the Lexus 550s and AFM and some other supporting mods, I mean, I've built a lot of these cars, and some of them have seen in excess of 20 pounds of boost with the Lexus mod. So it'll free up some availability to make some more power, but you still want to watch your wideband. Factory electronics and, you know, factory fuel injectors, older fuel injectors, stuff like that, I probably would watch my wideband. I wouldn't want to see anything leaner than, you know, mid 11. So 11.5 is kind of where I draw the line. I'd like it to be richer than that, ideally in the low 11s. 11.2, 11.3 to 1 for AFRs is what you're kind of going to look for. You're going to be super fat with the 550s and the Lexus AFM housing, even at a bar. So, or 15 pounds, I should say. A bar is 14.7. So, and you can turn it upwards from there. Additional things, Drift Motion, all those Drift Motion turbo kits are going to come with a 10-pound spring in the gate, and that's not going to get you to 400. So this would be the side note kind of area of your budget, you know, build recipe, is to buy a 14-pound spring. So I believe on the Drift Motion website they have Turbo Smart springs that are 14 pounds. They slip right into the 50mm gate that your kit comes with. Put that spring in your gate even before you bolt this kit onto your car. You're not going to get to anywhere near the, you know, you'd probably be, you know, 350-ish and change on 10 pounds, 340 and change maybe. But you need that 14-pound spring to get closer to your 400 wheel. And I think this setup should get you to about that 400 wheel mark. Second side note is going to be with your Walbro 450. It won't even prime on your factory electronics and fuel resistor setup, so you're going to have to run a hot wire to it. And that's called the 12 volt mod. There's lots and lots of tutorials out there. Super Forum, Supermania. Just ask in the Facebook groups. You can see tutorials on how to do that on YouTube. You run a hot wire to your pump, little relay set up in your hatch. Again, that Walbro won't even prime without 12 volts, so you need to do that. And then that's basically that. You should be, you know, very, very close to that 400 wheel range with this setup. 3,000 bucks, super simple. If you can change brakes yourself, you can bolt all this stuff on just with simple hand tools. You need a jack stands, and you know, a little toolkit. and happy days from there. If you guys made around 400 wheel or so on a different setup, let me know. It'd be interesting to see kind of what paths you guys took to get there. But this setup, keep in mind, and I've said it already, is you have room to grow, right? So at 14 or so pounds, you should be nearing that 400 wheel mark, which is the limit of your factory clutch and the limit of your having a reliable auto for you auto guys. I mean, you're at that limit, right? So you can address some other things, some other weak points, you know, a better clutch, you can modify your auto, you know, and so on and so on. And then you can, you know, get a boost controller and start to turn it up a little bit more, move down the line to, you know, your fueling and address some things, and an ECU upgrade, standalone, and then you can make a massive leap, right? So this kit for $3,000 just opens the door to you. The rest of it is really supporting mods. I'd probably have no doubt in my mind that this kit and this kind of budget build setup scenario is probably good for, you know, in the 600s wheel range, pretty reliably. So in my mind, you know, that's tough to beat. A bolt-on CT replacement, I mean, which ones aren't, you know, sold out and discontinued now? You could do like you could do a 60 to 1 or a 57 trim CT. That might get you to 350, 360, 370, but then you're, you know, that's it. So you got room to grow with this kit. I think this is probably the best place to put your $3,000. You know, if I was building another budget built MK3, because I've been there too, this is that's what I'd do. So let me know how you guys get on. Definitely let me know though what your guys' budget build kind of looked like, and let us know what power you made. Let's make a conversation out of this. All right, catch you guys later.